Hello, my name is Roxanne Hendry, and this is my community analysis presentation for public health nursing at St. Petersburg College. During this presentation, I will give you an overview on Eastlake. I will be reviewing the history, the structure, current population, available health resources, environment, and government structure. I will give you the advantages of living in the community and also the opportunities to improve. A man named Al Boyd, who was born in Safety Harbor in 1913, purchased the land north of State Road 584 all the way to the Pasco border in the 1930s and 1940s. Much of the area was used for cattle ranching, and the remainder was mostly cypress swamps. Al began to sell off some of his land in 1950. He kept 1,200 acres for cattle breeding and boot ranch. Al granted Pinellas County the right-of-way to property for construction on East Lake Road. Al sold the remaining of his property in 1972, much of what became East Lake Woodlands. The structure of East Lake began with housing development in the 1970s. It now contains some very large subdivisions such as East Lake Woodlands, Landsbrook, Ridgemore, and Tarpon Woods. Most of these subdivisions are managed by companies and they charge monthly dues, but they keep the community safe and having a security gate controlled access. Neighborhood watch and strict association rules are in place to prevent properties from being unkept. Between these communities, you have East Lake Road that runs north and south. Because of the growth in Pasco, this road is heavily traveled by commuters from neighboring counties. The schools are A+ rated. The community has a large high school known for its excellent sports and engineering program. East Lake Middle School opened 2 years ago, and Cypress Woods Elementary, located on East Lake Road. The area has one small library offering very limited programs to the community. With no community center, East Lake has a local YMCA that offers fitness classes for seniors and adults and children. There also is wellness classes there as well on diabetes, stress management, meditation, diet, blood pressure. Public transportation is non-existing. The PSTA bus has one established stop at the Shops at Boot Ranch, but does not travel through the East Lake area. The community has no registered historical landmarks or museums, no low-income housing. Structurally, the East Lake area offers no public transportation. With only one bus stop at Boot Ranch, there are limited opportunities for people without cars to get to grocery stores, doctors' offices, and hospitals. The area has a large senior and teenage population, which forces more people out on the roads, which could increase pedestrian, bicycle, and auto accidents. East Lake is located in one of the most dense counties in the state of Florida. Pinellas County is the most densely populated county in Florida. There are 3,347 people per square mile. East Lake covers 31.6 square miles and contains 15,083 housing units. Most of the homes are owner-occupied, while 20% are renters. There are 1,808 vacant houses. The average home value currently is $353,150. with an average household income of $124,016. The area is highly desirable for families, working couples, and snowbirds. The population age groups are 3.4% are under the age of 5, 16.7% school age, and 59.8% 18 through 64, and 20% over the age of 65. The largest issue that East Lake has with the population is that there are not enough facilities available to house the aging population. Alzheimer is currently affecting 5.2 million Americans, with 5 million over the age of 65. With the population living longer, this is a public health concern in the future to meet the needs of the community. As the baby boomer population ages, the need for assisted living facilities and rehab centers will be necessary. The need to hire trained staff to properly care for the aging community is also an issue, because these jobs tend to be lower paying, forcing facilities to recruit staff from lower cost of living areas. With the lack of public transportation available, this can be a huge staffing issue for businesses. Addressing the needs for skilled nursing care, the Inn on the Pond is currently breaking ground on a new memory care facility. Most of the health resources available located south of East Lake, with Meese Countryside Hospital approximately a half a mile away. This hospital has grown to meet the needs of the population by being stroke certified, opening St. Joseph's Children's, and offering a labor and delivery floor. The Suncoast Hospice in the Ampeth Health is located west of Eastlake. There are 3 main assisted living facilities: Eastlake Manor, Stratford Court, and Allegro Assisted Living. Having these health-related resources provide excellent resources for the community. There are 3 main shopping plazas in Eastlake which offer a variety of shopping: a Target, 2 Publixes, a brand new Walmart, Neighborhood Grocery, CVS, Walgreens, and Weight Watchers. The offices at Boot Ranch have several doctor's offices and specialty offices. Accessibility is a concern for aging seniors to have transportation to these doctor's appointments, rehab, pharmacies, and groceries. Stratford Court and Allegro do have buses that drop off their residents daily to these shopping plazas, but those who are homebound do not have that opportunity. Some local businesses do provide transportation for a fee, such as Care Ride and Aging Care Florida. Obesity is a global and local concern. There are a growing number of residents who are obese and overweight due to less physical activity and poor food choices. Although our community offers healthy choices for groceries, YMCA, and Weight Watchers, the right choices are often not made. The leading cause of death in America and in Pinellas County is heart disease and cancer. A huge contributor to these causes of death are diabetes, obesity, sedentary lifestyle, drugs, and alcohol. Eastlake has beautiful parks and recreational facilities. Brooker Creek, John Chestnut Park, and Eastlake Sports Complex are all part of the community, including the wonderful Pinellas Trail. Pinellas County Sheriff's Department covers all areas of Eastlake. Eastlake Fire Department also covers Eastlake. They have 3 stations with fire suppression and advanced life support. The fire department offers CPR classes, certified child safety seat installation, blood pressure checks, and home safety checks, fire safety, and a safe haven for teenagers. Their presence in the community is very visible and covers 33 square miles, serves 30,000 people, and $2.4 billion worth of property. Eastlake Fire Rescue ran 3,017 calls in the fiscal year of 2015. Pinellas County Utilities supplies water and sewage to all of Eastlake. The biggest environmental issue with Eastlake is its susceptibility with flooding. Due to the area being surrounded by water and low cypress swamps, most of the neighborhoods are flood zone A and B. During the rain of 2015, Eastlake had many homes damaged due to flooding. Pinellas County has both incorporated municipalities and unincorporated areas. Approximately 280,000 people reside within unincorporated Pinellas County. This is 36% of the county. The Pinellas County Board of County Commissioners serves as the local government. Pinellas County has a single-member district. Our commissioner is David Eggers. The county administrator oversees the 4 districts. The first concern I have with our community is the risk of injury and violence. Each year, more than 29 million people suffer from an injury severe enough for a visit to the emergency department. The amount of distracted and sensory impaired drivers combined with the dense population leads to an increase in vehicle crashes. Falls of the elderly is a huge risk to the community. 1 out of 3 older people fall a year. The fall rate for the elderly has increased from 41% in 2004 to 57% currently. 1 in 5 falls causes serious injury. With the community's large aging population, this is an obvious opportunity to have more programs on fall prevention. Access to health care services should be an objective within the community. Having adequate pre-hospital, acute care, and rehab facilities to meet the needs of the population is necessary for a healthy community. Currently, Eastlake and the surrounding health care facilities are at max capacity. East Countryside often sees huge ER wait times, diverts patients to nearby hospitals because it cannot safely care for any more patients. This is an issue in our community because it is a delaying care. Limited healthcare facilities to accommodate older adults is also an issue. Mental health access is a big concern. The 2020 Healthy People goal is to ensure access to quality and appropriate mental health care for adults, children, and seniors. The depression rate in seniors is half that of adolescents. Due to sensory and physical and chronic illnesses, the senior population is at risk for mental illnesses. Currently, there are no mental health facilities in the Eastlake area. The closest psych hospital is Morton Plant and St. Joseph's Behavioral Health. With dementia affecting so many older adults, there are currently no memory care or geriatric psych facilities nearby. The area lacks resources available for mental health. Suicide rates in Pinellas County are greater than any other state. Eastlake is surrounded by Lake Tarpon and water access to Tampa Bay. Brooker Creek and Lake Tarpon's water supply could negatively affect by pollution, mainly pesticide fertilizer runoffs in the summertime. Fertilizer runoffs cause algae to grow in freshwater environments, which can choke out beneficial native vegetation. Addiction is also a huge problem in the county as well. The abuse of drugs, alcohol, and prescription pain medicines continue to be a struggle in this area. With new designer drugs on the street and continued upward trend in cocaine and heroin addiction, and deaths continue to be a problem for this area. Prescription drugs were the #1 reported toxin related to accidental death in Pinellas County in 2011. STDs are also reported higher in Pinellas County than any other county in Florida. STDs, if left untreated, are a health risk to both mother and child. Throughout the United States, more and more people use bicycles to get around. Bicycle travel in the state of Florida, with its 20 million residents, is a year-round activity, and serious accidents occur with alarming frequency. Only California has more fatal bicycle accidents than Florida. Many communities have bicycle awareness and safety programs that strive to educate the public to share the roads. While Pinellas County has favorable weather and a number of good bike trails, it has a bicycle crash rate that is almost double the statewide average. From 2007 to 2010, there were 40 crashes per 100,000 people in Pinellas County versus 24.5 crashes per 100,000 people statewide. Thankfully, the fatality rate for bicycle crashes in Pinellas County is only about half of the statewide average. This concludes my presentation on Eastlake.